Good morning, guys. So we didn't get a video yesterday because I was just really tired. Have you ever woken up at like 2:30 in the morning and freaked out thinking it was 2:30 in the afternoon and that you had missed work? And yeah, anyway, that's what happened to me yesterday. So I was just a little discombobulated because I couldn't get back to sleep after that. I don't know what happened, super weird. But I made it through yesterday and nobody died, so I count that as a win. So I'm gonna make a really weird kind of comparison here, and you guys can laugh at me for it if you want to, but I think it works. I haven't explored it too in depth, but I think it works. I'm gonna say that boundaries are a lot like my Jeep. Okay, so I have a four-door Wrangler. You've probably seen it on the intro thing, the cover photo on one of my prior videos there. When I bought this thing, it was totally stock. It looked like every other Wrangler out there. Had nothing done to it. It was super basic. So that's how your boundaries start, okay? They start not really looking like anything special. And then over time, you invest. You upgrade, you customize. You make it bigger, beefier, you break stuff. You find out where your weak points are. And you build it. You upgrade from stock, wimpy steering to 1-ton steering. You know, you upgrade your suspension from stock, which is, I mean, it's fine, but you go from that to a $3,000 kit that performs super well in multiple situations. It gives you more ability to do more things, to overcome more obstacles. How about that? And if you drive a stick shift like me, you can upgrade all you want, but the quality of your experience is going to depend on the quality of installation, the quality of parts, and how you operate it. You're not going to get much mileage out of any of those upgrades if you're constantly killing the engine, stalling out because you didn't give it enough gas with too much or not enough clutch or whatever. I did that out on the trail this last Sunday, and it's a newbie mistake. You know, I learned how to drive a stick as a teenager, and I've had this Jeep for, since 2016, so I've had it for 6 years. And I still make rookie mistakes every now and then because I'm not paying attention. I've got a ribbon on my antenna, and that's knocking around and making some noise. I'm wondering if it slid down, but it is super windy out there today, so and maybe that's it. Anyway, boundaries are like my Jeep. The mileage you get out of them depends on quality of installation, quality of parts, how well you drive it, how much attention you're paying to it. My Jeep gets me to and from work every day, especially in the winter. It's not my only vehicle, and that's where the comparison kind of falls apart a little bit, but you get the idea. I've got to keep it in good repair. I've got to maintain it. It needs an oil change, and kind of too lazy to do it myself, so I gotta make an appointment to have it done. It's getting up there in miles, and yeah, it needs TLC, just like our boundaries do. You know, boundaries are not just to set it and forget it. They are something you actually actively have to maintain. So what does boundary look like? Boundary looks like, hey, I don't like it when you touch me that way. Can we do something different? Or, hey, I don't like you touching me, please stop. It can be, you know, I don't like that you are yelling and screaming at me and calling me names. That's not okay. If you continue to do that, I can't keep talking to you. Okay? That's what boundaries look like. And what a lot of people don't realize is that boundaries for how we relate to each other are super, super, super important. When people guilt trip, when they intimidate, when they blackmail, when they bully in any sort of way, it's not okay. There need to be boundaries around that behavior. Manipulation is never okay. It's never healthy for anybody involved. And it should never be tolerated. See, that's the thing, is the reason I'm making this video is because I said something on my last video that I need to correct. And that's that I tolerate a lot from somebody if I can reasonably give them the benefit of the doubt. I used to, and that got me in a lot of trouble because I would rationalize people's behavior. I would excuse it. And that's not a good idea, because generally what you rationalize and excuse is going to continue. So if you've got trauma, okay, you've got trauma. If you've got bad coping skills or tools or not enough tools because of that, or how you were raised or whatever, okay, let's work on it. Because it is my job to challenge you to be better. It is my job to challenge you to grow. It is not my job to sit there and enable somebody to continue in these behaviors that are not healthy, are not good for them, and are not good for me. So the way that I do that, okay, and punishment, loading. Boundaries are not a punishment. Boundaries are protection. Okay, they can also really push us to grow. So what that means is, in a situation where, say what happened with me, is, hey, you know, I don't like when you touch me that way, or when you touch me only under certain circumstances, or when you grab me like that, or when you pinch me, and that needs to stop, or I need to create some distance in order to be safe in my own home. I was in the intersection. I need you to stop yelling at me. I need you to stop making accusations toward me. I need you to start talking to me about the problems in the relationship, rather than shutting me down as attacking you anytime I try to talk to you about it in the way that the therapist coached me to do so. And saying that I'm attacking you and I need to just let you be who you are. And love you the way you are. Okay, that's no. My boundary is that there are behaviors, all my boundaries are, there are behaviors in my life that I will not accept from my relationships. If you overstep on this, and there, you know, it is a case-by-case basis in that some things are just accidental, and if something is accidental, then it's not going to be a repeated pattern of behavior, okay? A repeated pattern of behavior is intentional, and that's really, really when boundaries are important. Because you can't change the other person's behavior. All you can do is let them know, hey, this is not safe for me. This is not comfortable for me. So if you want to continue doing this, I'm not going to be around for it. I'm not going to subject myself to that. You can't change somebody's behavior. You can't change them. If they genuinely want you in their lives, and they want to be healthier and they want to be better for you, they'll make those changes and adjustments. It's not an ultimatum. Because an ultimatum is something like telling your child or spouse, in this case spouse, if you don't do XYZ that I want you to do, then I'm going to take away your car keys and you're not going to get them. Okay, that's an ultimatum. If you don't, insert explicit sexual favor here, then I'm going to take away your phone. Okay, that's an ultimatum. If you don't stay with me, then I'm going to ruin your life. Okay, that's an ultimatum. Boundaries are not ultimatums. Boundaries are letting somebody know, giving them a heads up, giving them the information that, hey, if this doesn't change, I can't stay. It's not threatening them with ruining their life or reputation or taking away what they love. No, it's simple self-protection. It's not telling somebody that they can't talk to other people, like, as friends, It's not saying, oh, I'm not comfortable with you talking to men, so you can't talk to men, and that's my boundary. And you need to respect my boundary. No. Your boundaries are for you. Your boundaries are for your own behavior and what you will and won't engage with. And boundaries are an excellent way to find a narcissist. Figure out if somebody is one. Like, straight up NPD. Because narcissists cannot take no for an answer. They can't. They cannot. They are so entitled that they cannot accept a boundary. They believe it's their right to do whatever they want, whenever they want, without consequences. Especially to you. So, boundaries are super, super important, guys. Super important. There's nobody in your life who is entitled to access to you, is entitled to a relationship with you. With the caveat, I will say, of your child. I will say that. Because, and that's within the developing years. When they become a teenager, if they're dangerous, then do what you can, but you are not obligated to have a relationship with them after a certain point, in my view. But if a spouse is harmful, if somebody is legitimately harmful towards you and dangerous and unsafe, you do not owe them any sort of relationship. You don't owe strangers a relationship. You don't owe family a relationship if they're not safe with you or for you. You don't. So anyway, guys, do with that what you will. I'm at work. I gotta go. Bye. Have a great day.